that's when all the magic comes. That's when all the inspiration and the epiphanies and, the creativity pops in.
Hello, hello, beautiful people, beautiful world. Elle Ballard is here today with my new guest on our Empowered Global Women in Business podcast, Teresa Papadopoulos. Hi, Teresa.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Great to see you.
You too, Elle.
Teresa is a trauma-informed master life coach, energy healer, and body worker for over 19 years, with a master's and certification in integrative health coaching. She founded Breakthrough Wellness Coaching plus Body Work years ago to support busy, stressed out professional women take back their time, regain their energy, and find grounding in even the most chaotic moments of life. That's so
Yes.
important. She has supported hundreds of women to relieve stress, make healthy life choices, and build a deeper self-love and the capacity to hold the abundance and dreams they are wishing for. Using a synergy of energy healing and body work, somatics, psychology-based tools, and traditional wellness coaching, Teresa helps with healing old wounds and releasing old stories so her clients can find lasting wellness from the inside out. I love that.
Thank you.
And I know we have our session coming up, and Teresa
Yes.
is also one of the amazing leaders in the Pacific area, California for Women of the World Network. But I want to go back to what you do, and I like to ask this question: How did you come to doing this work? Why did you choose to do this kind of work?
That is my origin story. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful work because I used to be in the publishing world. I actually studied printing and publishing, and I was in London at the time, and I worked on Fleet Street. I was in the Daily Mail. I worked with Reuters for a while, and it was very exciting and everything when I was younger. But the more I got into it, the deeper I realized it just was so toxic, just this very, very toxic type of lifestyle. And I found myself getting sick, like physically ill for about a month or so or more sometimes every year, like from November to December, really sick, like bedridden. And I knew that, it had something to do with my lifestyle and the place I was living and the way I was working. And so really hit me once I was very young. I was only 23 when I was diagnosed with stage 2 cervical cancer. And that was my big wake up call. I was like, oh my gosh, this really needs to end. And that's when I discovered meditation and yoga, and I really dove deep. I went on retreats, I studied, I became a practitioner of Reiki after receiving my first treatment when I knew it was life-changing. It was so deep for me to experience that level of healing and being seen that I knew that was my next step in my life and my career. So yeah, I moved from London to Hawaii, and I built my massage practice there. I went to massage school after, again, trying to work in nonprofit and sitting in a desk, but I realized, no, I can't sit at a desk anymore. I need to actually help people one-on-one and hands-on. And so that's where it started. All of the body work and the healing work began. And in 2015, after I had my firstborn and met my current husband, we both decided that maybe the next step would be to get my master's and start doing some health and wellness coaching. And it's just evolved from there. So the wellness coaching and the body work has been a way for me to do the work from the inside out, is what I call it. It's being able to really do the inner work of looking at old childhood wounds, looking at trauma, and being safely held so that you can move through it, move past it, and then make more space and more capacity, we call it, to hold what's waiting for you, what you desire. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's such a powerful story. I always like to ask the background of the story because, we all have our own stories and why we make these choices in life based on that story. And I think it's so much more powerful that now that you're helping women because you went through it yourself.
Yes.
And you know how to deal with this in these situations. So I love that. So thank you for sharing that. And I didn't even realize you've lived in so many different areas, and I didn't know
Yes.
London. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Talk about international, truly international woman. I love it. So yeah, and speaking about that, you know, the backgrounds and the experiences when we live in different places, and the like, just overall the journey that we have. How have your background limited or favored you in your mind?
Oh, in so many ways. Oh my gosh. In a lot of ways, I know that it's been a privilege for me to have been raised in Belgium with, able-bodied parents and, middle class, but still, I had my struggles growing up because I am a dual citizen. I was born in America, I was raised in Belgium, but I'm half Greek and all of my father's family is in Greece.
I
So
love
I
it.
never went to America my whole life, but I'm supposed to be American and I went to American school. So it was just very confusing for me identity wise to
Yeah.
figure out where I belonged. Like, who am I? Where do I belong? And the flip side of that is the capacity that I was able to really like be a part of these different cultures. Like, I speak French fluently. I speak Greek fluently. I would call both of those places my home. I know them like the back of my hand, and being able to use language and culture, music, food, because I've had all of those things from all over Europe and all over the world, really helps me know how to connect with other people
Yeah.
and to find a common thread no matter what. No matter where we're from, I can always find some sort of common thread where we
Yes.
can connect, because I do believe that really we all are one, and we are beautiful, diverse, unique, and different, but we are all one, and it's all love. So ultimately,
Yeah.
that's where it goes.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So beautiful. Yeah. And so it's enriches you so much. You have such a rich experience from all these cultures and upbringings, plus living in different countries.
Yeah.
Enriches you so much. I love that. So let's go back to your business. And so when you started building your business, what would you say was one of the biggest lessons? There's so many lessons, of course, that we learn when we
Oh my
build.
gosh, yeah. Which one?
Right, right. What would you say was your biggest lesson in building a business as a multinational woman?
I would say I think the biggest learning, I always call them learnings, right?
Yes, I love that.
Because we're always learning, right?
Yes.
The biggest learning is to really not be afraid of all of those different things that you've been through,
Mhm.
all of the trauma, all of the fear, all of the excitement, all of the success, all of those things, good, bad, whatever you want to call it, that's all part of your story. And that's all part of what makes you unique and beautiful and attractive, no matter what you look like. Right?
Mm.
And this is really the ultimate like source of inspiration for my business, at least, is like, instead of trying to hide parts of my past, or I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm just not going to talk about it, or whatever that might look like, trying to find a way to bring all of those aspects of my former selves, my former chapters, into the bigger picture of like the grander book that is the business part of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, yeah, and that's wisdom, right? Like being able to look at your experiences and not only take the ones, okay, picking, okay, I want to take this.
Right. Not cherry picking. Just take the good
Yeah,
and the bad.
yeah, yeah, and understanding that good and bad is part of this whole
Yeah.
journey and learning. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And you are such a beautiful reflection of women of the world living in different
Aw,
countries.
thank you.
And yeah, and having this rich experiences, personal experiences, but then experiences also cultural experiences from living in so many different countries and speaking languages. I need to practice French with me,
Yeah.
with you, my French.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I learned
Allons-y.
French. Yeah, yeah, I learned French before, and then because I didn't practice it, I started losing it.
Mhm. Chaque
Yeah.
jour, un petit peu.
Oh, yes. Okay. That's something I actually didn't know. So I'm glad we're doing this. I want to.
I think I speak French better than I speak Greek, though, so don't test me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably fail.
So having gone through all these beautiful experiences and still going, of course, and living the life, what does it mean for you to be a woman of the world?
I think being a woman of the world for me, my value is really around honoring all of the different people and lives that they lead. Being able to, like I said, see a human for who they are
Yeah.
and be able to offer some kind of support. Being a woman of the world is really like embracing as much difference as well as embracing, all the beautiful things that you feel very familiar with culturally with people. It's so important to not be divisive and judgmental about
Right.
things that are different. And so being a woman of the world is, to me, it's about being open and real and really embracing what comes towards you instead of running away or being, kind of making ideas about what it could or couldn't be.
Right. Exactly. Making assumptions, or because it's foreign, because it's something of
Correct.
running away. Yeah, because
Yes.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I want to ask this question. There are so many great questions, and I know our listeners will be curious as well to learn more. But I want to bring this question of this deliberate, like to make deliberate intentions, to intentional time to look at how you're feeling and not
Yes.
in a way, in the business of today's world
Yes.
and this flow of information at us every single day,
Yes.
in addition to everything we have to do, how do we find this intentional time so that we can,
Mm.
pay maybe to different parts of our body, right? And really
Right. Yeah. And that's the work I do with my people. It's just we live so much in our head. We're so much thinking and making up stories and dialogue and narratives about what it should or shouldn't look like or how it's supposed to be, that it's almost like we're beheaded, right? We're like the chicken with our head cut off. And we're not remembering that we have a nervous system and we have a brain and we have a heart, and we have organs and lungs keeping us alive. And that is what's actually running the show, right? We're using our mind to kind of forget that our body is here. And so when I do my somatics, my body work, my coaching, all that sort of deeper layer work, it's about paying attention to the subtleties. So when I discovered that I had cancer, for example, I realized there was a moment there when I was like, something isn't right. Something doesn't feel right. And the same thing
energetically,
happened.
or
Well, in my body, I couldn't give it a name to it. I wasn't sure. It wasn't like I have a pain or anything. It was just something doesn't feel right. And even about 5 years ago, I had a parathyroid tumor. Same thing. Something doesn't feel right. My body doesn't feel right. And I took time to think about it. And then I went to the doctor and I was like, can you please do these tests on me? She was like, sure, why not? And that's when we found out. I was like, something isn't right. But for some reason, a lot of us women, we don't pay attention because we're so busy giving and outputting and taking care of our kids and our husbands or partners or, parents, whatever it is, PTA.
Oh yeah.
Or trying to strive for the next level of business, success.
Yeah.
And when we pause and take time to really like say, what do I need right now?
Yes.
What does my body need? What does my emotional self need right now to get in alignment?
Yeah.
That's when all the magic comes. That's when all the inspiration and the epiphanies and, the creativity pops in.
Yes.
And another flip side of that is really letting yourself rest, paying attention and giving yourself permission to rest and not judging yourself for being underproductive or procrastinating or whatever that may be that comes up for you, because those are just stories.
Yeah.
So as a businesswoman, it's very important to be able to pay attention to these subtle pieces that are talking to you and telling you what you need so that you can hold your body and your nervous system can hold the capacity of the success that you're trying to achieve. Because if you're burnt out and you're tired and you're snippy and you don't, you lose sight of what you're doing, you won't be able to hold that success that you're looking for.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. Thank you for that reminder. Love, 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 love.
Yes, yes, yes.
You
I've
can
seen it. I've seen it a
hearts.
lot. It's like, we've got to slow down.
Yes. Yes. If I could put multiple hearts to what you just shared, I'm going to put multiple. I love that. Thank you for that powerful reminder. Because we are always so giving, and then we at the expense of ourselves. We need to we need to get back to ourselves. Yes. And it's just so true. Listeners, please check out what Teresa is doing. She's doing an amazing work. We will post links how to connect with her here, and then connect with her, find out more. All of us need that. And I'm going to move on to our kind of final section of our conversation.
Right.
Even though I'm loving this conversation so much, I'm looking forward again to our session together. So I have 5 questions here. And are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Your favorite book name is?
Oh, that is Women Who Run with the Wolves, hands down.
Ooh.
Clarissa Pinkola Estes.
I have to read that one. I haven't.
It is by far, once I discovered that book, my whole life changed. So if you haven't read it, go grab it.
It's called Women Who Run?
Women Who Run with the Wolves, Clarissa Pinkola Estes.
Got it.
I don't know if I said that with the right accent, but
I've heard of it, but I haven't read.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Beach or mountains?
Oh, can I have both? I do love a good forest, though. I love the forest and the trees, but I also love the water and hearing the waves. It's so therapeutic. Yeah. I can't pick just one. I'm selfish.
Okay, we'll keep both. Favorite international destination to visit?
I would say Barcelona. I love Barcelona. Oh my gosh. I visited in my 20s and I just fell in love and I didn't want to leave. And the food, the people, the art and the architecture, just my whole brain and body were just on fire and loved it. I would love to go back there over and over again. Yes.
Oh my gosh. This is the second time we are in Barcelona. The earlier podcast today, somehow Barcelona came. So maybe our next week Barcelona. And it's fun.
Sign.
Yeah, sign. I visited Barcelona in my 20s as well, and I loved it too. We should definitely do it. Summer or winter?
I'm a fall and a spring kind of gal, so reverts back to the forest and the beach. So I like the beginnings of the season. So the spring that leads into summer, and then the fall that leads into winter. The transitional seasons are kind of my thing.
That's cool. I love that. That's cool. Okay, and the last one is things that you have discovered about yourself recently.
Ooh, things I have discovered about myself recently. I think it's always a nice reminder that I'm more powerful than I think I am, and that I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. That's a consistent one. That I think I'm pretty organized, and people notice that about me. I love a good spreadsheet.
I love that.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to that stuff and organizing.
That's something new also. I learned about it today, about you today. I didn't know. Well, thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. This is
thank you.
So thank you so much for this conversation. I'm so glad we took the time to do this. And then again, if you're listening to this or on video or podcast, check out Teresa's work, connect with her. And I'll see you soon, Teresa. Thank you. Have a great, beautiful.
Thank you so much, Elle.
I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.